And so let's take a look at impulsive first in the upper right. And I just want to do a basic thing here. I want to relabel it. The Bible would call that folly. Of course, you would attach the word foolishness to it, the fool, foolish behavior. And if you spent time in the book of Proverbs, you would see a lot of descriptions of the the foolish person, or the person who exhibits folly. This is something that I would encourage you to do. If you want to help someone biblically, get them to tell you what's wrong with them. And if they fit within, let's say, the impulsive category, as they list out whatever disorder from the DSM-4, you want to hear what they're saying. And rather than arguing their truth away from them, you don't want to do that at all. All I'm doing here is simply relabeling it. We're still holding to the legitimacy of the problem, but we are merely calling it something else. And so with impulsive, if I want to use biblical typology, the word would be folly. And then in the bottom right quadrant, we have the word anxious or anxiousness, and the biblical word for anxiousness is fear. This gets really to the heart of the matter by calling it fear. And then when you go in the Bible and begin to do a study of fear, you will find a wealth of information to be able to help the person. And remember, the Bible is the best, the most perfect psychology book ever written. And so the more clearly you can define what's happening to a person biblically, then move into Scripture to begin to apply different verses, customize different verses around this individual and what they're struggling with, you're going to give them a tremendous amount of practical help. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have depressive. And relabeling it, we're going to call it despair. And again, there is a lot on despair. This is where the Psalms would be quite beneficial. You'll find despair in, I would imagine, every book in the Bible, because somebody's always despairing. We're living in a fallen world. All of us have experienced despair to one degree or another, and for different seasons of our lives. And so we can understand it. And fortunately, we have a psychology book that will lay that out for us, not just describing what despair is, but bringing biblical solutions. And then finally, our fourth category is disruptive. And if you bring disruptive into a biblical construct, the word rebellion would fit appropriately here. Now, you can see a remarkable difference in these 8 words. 4 of them come out of the DSM-5. 4 of them come out of the Bible. And when you move into biblical typology, you have more clarity, which is moving you just a little bit closer to solutions.